Hi, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tay,
I'm Sid.
and today we are doing K and K. So a little
Yes.
disclaimer before we start. We actually recorded for K and K yesterday, except my dipshit didn't make sure that I actually hit the recording button, so it didn't record. So unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's not going to be a first time reaction for either of us because we did see both of these videos yesterday. Sid had already seen the dance practice, obviously, because it's been out for a while. And then K&K live from their tour got posted yesterday, but we watched it together yesterday. And I just didn't
Hopefully
record.
it's still just as good.
Yeah, hopefully we still wanted to do a video for K&K. Like it deserves a video.
Oh yeah, I need to talk about this song because I love it.
And I did listen to the song a little bit. So like yesterday when we recorded, I hadn't heard the song. So I was hearing it for the first time and also seeing the dance practice for the first time. So it was just a lot for me to take in. I'm like, I don't know if I like the song. But I listened to it on Spotify and I do like the song.
Yup. Yeah, when you said I don't know if I like it yesterday, I was like, you don't know if you You don't know what?
I just needed a few listens. That happens with me in music. Sometimes especially yesterday, because yesterday my brain was just like all over the place.
Yeah.
And when I'm having those days, it's hard for me to like really get a good grip on new music. But today is better, and I did listen to it before we started recording. It is so good. I don't know.
It's really good.
Yesterday me was on some shit, but it's so good.
Yeah. No, I knew you'd like it given it some more time. Cause like it's great. And I mean it's a Sky High produced song, so like of course it's good.
Well, yes. It was funny though because Sid was like, I think it's gonna change when we hear the live stage, and then we listened to the live stage and I was like, yeah.
You're right. And I was right.
Sid usually is right about BMSG at least.
At least to me. That's all that matters.
Okay. So take 2 on K&K for MAZZEL.
Yes. Now we can really look at the choreo. Cause it's sick. Like, I love this opening section. So much footwork in this song.
And so many moving parts.
I love the way it goes from fast to slow, fast.
Texture.
Yep. Like the record scratching sound there.
Ron looks so cool.
When does he not? Yeah, no, for me, watching this choreo, I'm always watching Ron and Takuto. Like, almost always.
Yeah, I'm watching Takuto right now.
And he also, it doesn't help that he has one of the best parts of the song.
I also look at Naoya a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yuki also, okay, as we just keep going, I'm just like, maybe I was wrong earlier. I love this part of like the track.
Yeah.
part's crazy. The chest isolations.
Yeah.
I love Aki's voice on this song too.
I'm gonna scream. Kaidu is so...
I agree. Oh. Now your part is insane. That's gotta be so fucking hard, bro.
I imagine.
How do they have enough energy for this song?
No, genuinely.
It's like so they start off on a crazy note and then they don't stop for the whole song.
No, exactly. I think something that you said yesterday was like they're just like constantly moving throughout the whole song, and it's just like you can see that they're putting in the work. You can see the sweat like on the members that are wearing the lighter clothing.
Yeah.
Especially Ryuki.
No, like they're exhausted.
Oh yeah.
Ryuki and Naoya, yeah, I'm like they're both sweating.
One thing I do remember saying yesterday is that they do have the choreo really matches with the beat pretty much throughout the whole song, which I really like.
Yeah.
And we talked about choreography for the lyrics versus for the like instrumental. And I think it's safe to say Waterfall had choreography that matched the lyrics, and this one very much matches the instrumental.
It's cool. I like seeing, you know, certain groups do both types of choreography. Like sometimes you'll get a group that only does like lyric-based choreography. Sometimes you'll get a group that only does beat-based choreography, but I like that they switch it up. Obviously, it probably depends on the choreographer, but
right.
They pull both off very well.
Yeah. And another thing is the organized formations versus the disorganized, organized chaos that they have. Where, like, I'm scrubbing through, if, chat, you want to put your binoculars up to your face right now. You scrub through the video and they go from, like, really clean formations to, like, just, they're all over the place.
Yep.
I think that perfectly describes them as a group.
Oh, of course. They're so chaotic.
And then you also, when I mentioned that yesterday, you said something about noticing like the difference between like choreography for BE:FIRST and MAZZEL is...
Yeah, BE:FIRST has really like chill, kind of understated choreography, even though the moves are like crazy and weird and you're like, whoa, what are they doing? Other than like, obviously there's a couple songs that stand out, don't fit that mold, but like, whereas MAZZEL's choreography is almost always really explosive and like really vibrant, and you're just like, whoa, I do not know where to look.
Yeah.
I do not know who to look at right now.
I think MAZZEL also has a couple more members that are able to do those explosive dance moves really well versus like BE:FIRST. Like there's a couple that come to mind for BE:FIRST, like Sota is one, Ryuhei is one. He can do it really well, but like MAZZEL, like I noticed that Takuto does it really well, Ron does it really well, Yuki does it really well, Naoya does it really well. Like it's just the energy of the group and like trying to match like their energy, their vibes with the choreography, with their music, and like MAZZEL just does the craziness really well.
I love it. I like that they both bring like a distinctly different vibe to the table. It's probably why they both work separately.
Well, yes.
Well, yes.
Let's see, any last minute things before we do another
I mean,
quick...
just for me personally, I love how many formations they have where there's like not just in this choreography, but in all of their choreographies, where there's like a front to back line
Oh,
and it
yes.
splits and then someone comes up the middle. Like, I just
Classic.
find it so satisfying, and they've done it more than once, and I like it every time.
Right. And that's something that we did talk about in another video. I don't remember which one,
Hmm.
where Be First they do like the like landscape lineup where they're just like
Yeah,
they're
they're
like
all often like
horizontal.
horizontal
Yeah, and
and
then
like one next to each other, but
mhm.
MAZZEL does this really well, like front to back.
Yep,
It's cool.
different, linear but different.
Hmm. It's just interesting that they've both tended towards those formations in choreography, because like there's nothing that says that like a 7-member group has to be this way and an 8-member group has to be this way. They just, I don't know, it's cool.
Hmm. Um. Oh, let's talk about the song a little bit. You mentioned it when we were listening through just now, but like the change between like the like kind of higher beat staccato sound versus when it goes into that like more smooth, kind of more pop.
Hmm. Yeah, I love the juxtaposition between those two like parts of the song that I don't think I really notice unless, like, if I'm watching a video, I'll notice it, but I really notice it when I'm just listening, like
Hmm.
if it's on in the background on Spotify, I'll be like the part will change to like the smoother, poppier part, and I'm like, "Wait, what song am I listening to?" And then they go back to what it was before and I'm like, "Oh, it's K and K."
Yeah, I actually was experiencing the same thing. So I was listening to K and K on Spotify before Sid was ready. Sid was like, moving stuff around their room and getting ready and everything. So I popped Spotify up for a minute and I was just listening to K and K over and over, and I really like I noticed yesterday when we listened through that like there was like the change up, but it wasn't like what you were saying. It wasn't like as obvious as when I was listening to
Hmm.
just a song. I wasn't having any visuals. I was just listening.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I think it's especially because the dance is so fluid through the whole song. Like it's not like they abruptly change dance styles when the song changes texture, right? Like they dance the same way really through the whole song. So if you're watching them, you're like, oh, obviously this is all the same song. But when you're listening and you're maybe not fully paying attention, it catches you off guard. It's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. This group really likes to play with textures in their choreography and their music, and it's just like
Hmm.
it's one of my favorite things about
Oh, for
them,
sure.
because you don't really ever know what to expect. Like you're like I can expect that it's gonna be bonkers, but that's all I can expect.
Yep. Something I did not listen to very closely until right now.
Well, yes, because I asked.
Well, true.
Whenever I
Usually I
ask
listen for that stuff.
whenever I ask questions and you don't know, you're like, no, I have to lock in now.
I know you're like, "Oh, no, I literally it feels awful not knowing the answer." I'm like,
Real.
I have to make the most educated guess possible. I
Okay.
can't just say, "I don't know," and move on. Like that is just I don't think it's in my DNA.
Okay. So a couple of things that I did pick up this second time, um,
Mhm.
that I wanted to mention. I mentioned it kind of yesterday, but in passing. Um, the way that like the little tiny details and flares that Naoya puts into the choreography for his parts is so cool. Like his acting that he does. Um,
Mhm.
especially there's a part in there where like it's somebody else's part that they're like singing and rapping or whatever, and he's like doing stuff with his hands. He's acting with his face and his
He's like
hands,
blowing them a kiss.
and
Yep.
yeah, he's going like this, like, and just incredible. Like he is such a performer. Him and
Mhm.
Hayato blow me away with like the little tiny things that they add to their performances.
Mhm.
And then speaking of Hayato, there is a part where it's just him singing, and he just has the sweetest voice.
Oh yeah. I was listening to that too. Like one of the listen throughs, I basically wasn't watching the video at all and I was just really listening to the song, and he sounds so good on this song. They all do, but like his part really stood out to me.
Yeah, he's just got like a really like sweet angelic voice.
Mhm.
Um, Oh, Kaidu, his part, like towards the beginning, I didn't even like clock that it was Kaidu until we watched the live. I was like, hold on.
Hold on, wait.
Because he sounds so different. He's not like, he's not holding the notes out and stuff. He's just like doing, you know,
hmm
regular lines. Nothing like that requires him to like belt out or anything like that. So, like,
hmm
I've really only heard his voice or like it stuck out to me when he's doing things like that. So, like, I like the part a lot, but I was like, oh, I don't know who that is, but it's not anybody that I recognize like right now. But then we watched the live and I was like,
Joke's on you.
anyway, I really like that part for Kaidu. He sounds really good.
hmm
Um,
Yeah, they all have so much range with
they
their
do, yeah,
what they can do. Like they can all rap and they can all sing, which is kind of crazy for 8 guys.
yeah,
I
super
don't even know.
super
Have you heard
talented.
you've I don't think you've heard them all sing
Probably
yet.
not at this
Have
point.
you?
Probably not.
That's crazy. Cuz I don't know if you've heard Sato
I
sing.
don't think so.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, kind of like a little bit on Swan's
mhm.
War, but like a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, I guess that is true. A little bit.
But speaking of Sato, he's doing the main chorus every time, and he sounds insane. Like I love the quality of his voice, the
Mhm.
gravel, and just like he's also kind of doing a vocal fry too with his
Yeah, a
voice.
little bit.
But his voice, he's just so cool. And then we
Oh
were
yeah.
because I asked Sid, so that's why Sid did the listen through with not watching the video because I was asking
yeah.
questions that Sid didn't necessarily know the answer to. But when they are doing the chorus, they have one of the vocalists or one of like the main vocalists doing something at the top where like they're doing ad libs or they're singing just like
Mhm.
a couple of lines here and there, and it just sounds so cool. Like the layers to this song are insane. I think we could probably sit here and like talk about the layers to this song for like an hour.
Mhm. Yeah, because it's not just that too. It's like every chorus has Sato doing the main part in the mid section of the range.
Mm-hmm.
They've got some vocalist, depending on which chorus it is, up the top doing ad libs and like another little melody line, and then there's also this crazy whisper going on in the background that like I don't know if I hear every time I listen to it. So it's kind of crazy. I was like, when I was really locked in and listening, I was like, oh, I didn't notice that before. And also there was another part, one of Aki's parts, where they have an effect on his voice where
Mm-hmm.
it's like a 2 octave lower, like they've lowered his voice, and it's like in the back of the mix, like behind his part, and I'm like, I had never noticed it until I just listened to it now. It was
Right.
crazy.
Yeah.
There's so many I'm uncovering new things about a song that I already love.
And that's crazy that they that
Yeah, because I've listened to this song a lot.
see, this is why you should listen to songs with your friends.
Yeah.
Because then your friend's gonna ask you a very simple question. You're gonna be like, wait a minute, I need to think about that for
Wait
a
a minute, I
second.
need to listen really hard. And then you learn.
And then we learn. Um, yeah, this song is so good. It's so like catchy. It's an earworm. Um, I don't know what the hell was wrong with me yesterday, but the song is great.
It's fantastic. Honestly, yesterday, if we had it recorded, um, the look at my face was probably priceless. When I was like listening to you saying that like you weren't sure like if it hooked you yet, I was like, okay. And then something else happened when we were recording. I think Tay was just so excited to get to the live
Oh
stage
yeah.
that we watched through the dance practice one time, and she was like, all right, next video. And I went, huh, wait, what? Did you hate the song that bad? No.
No,
She
no,
just
no.
got excited.
Yeah, I just got excited. I just love watching them live. I was like, "Oh my god, I remember when we watched the waterfall live stage. I'm so excited. I want to watch it right now."
Yeah, exactly. But no, I was like, the look on my face was probably crazy.
Yeah, you were like, "What the fuck is wrong with
I
you?"
was like, this is not how we do things here anymore.
Oh. I was like, "Okay, dance practice. Okay, okay, live stage right now."
Live, please, please.
And we're about to do it again because I want to move on to the live stage right now.
Well, that's okay. We can. We've talked enough.
Ah, wait.
I'm
okay.
nervous. Like, I know I've seen this 1-2 times from yesterday, but like, I don't think that matters.
I tried my best to forget everything. The only thing that I can't forget is Yuki at the beginning. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say the exact same thing. And also that Ron looked really good.
Well, yes.
But when do I not say that?
See, I thought now you looked really good. We can
We can
talk about that right now.
Oh my god. Oh my bro, I'm already smiling so hard. My cheeks are gonna hurt.
My cheeks are already hurting.
Oh yeah, the intro.
Oh yeah, let us know. Oh, I remembered what I was gonna say. I'll say it at the end. Let us know if this is the opening for the tour.
Yeah, for the concert. Because it seems like it.
Seito, relax, bro.
God. Oh my god! He's crazy! Oh, I love the top-down shot. Every time. Oh my god.
See, now you look so incredible.
Uh-huh.
How do you get out of my walls?
No, he's crazy. That's all I'm gonna be able to say.
I love that hair on Nalia.
Yeah, it looks crazy. Oh my god, I need to learn another adjective. Aki looks so good. Oh my god. That camera angle is crazy.
Yeah, that camera angle is really good. They also move like they have like springs in their shoes.
Uh-huh. Sing it, Aki. I guess that means I was right. The first one was Aki.
Yeah. Oh, he's so cool.
I like how Takudo does like none of the choreography there. He's just standing and delivering.
Ah!
Wow. Oh my god, this line is it's too much. Yes.
Seito!
I'm not Tokyo, but yes. God! Yuki literally looks like he's gonna explode.
Oh, I love the lighting here.
The lighting. Wow.
I love that move.
Me too. And now you really delivers. God, the energy is insane.
Ah!
God, that must be exhausting.
Yeah, like we talked about this yesterday too. We were like, "Oh, we thought they had a lot of energy for the dance practice." Like that's nothing compared to the energy they had for this live stage.
Uh-huh.
That's so crazy.
Like I don't know how they're all still in one piece.
Especially Yuki. Like What,
Yeah,
how did you not
no.
vibrate out of your skin?
Yeah, like Ryuki is going absolutely bonkers. And it's so cool.
It's so cool. And yes, the top down for the stage. I hope they do that for every live stage that they post from this tour because
Mhm.
it's just
It's just a cool shot.
yeah, it's just a cool shot, especially when they're like doing a formation on top of the logo and everything like they did for this
Mhm.
one. Ugh, so good.
Man. Ron's vocals have leveled up like crazy from the studio version.
Insane.
I don't know what they're doing to him, but holy crap, bro.
The vocal training is popping off.
Yeah. Like wowie, wowie, wow, wow.
Oh, and something that I know that we talked about yesterday was Takuto's face, like his facial expressions. He was channeling Boss again. And
Yep.
I mentioned
The crazy eyes.
Yeah, I asked you if his performance, like just in MAZZEL, not like over his entire career as a performer, but just in MAZZEL, if his like expressions and his stage presence and everything has transformed since the beginning quite a bit. And you said not quite a bit, but it has leveled up some.
Yeah, it definitely has. Like, he's still a very calm person. Um, and I mean, that's not going to change because that's just who he is.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he definitely is using a lot more emotion on stage than he was like when they first debuted. It's really good too, like, because his rap parts are always like kind of, I don't know, they've got attitude, right?
Yeah.
So like it fits that he needs to pull some kind of face. It's like it's kind of the same as Naoya. Like Naoya's facial expressions fit the way his voice sounds, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think it's cool. I like to see them growing over time.
Yeah. Seeing artists grow from like the beginning to where they are now is just like it's one of those things that will make me cry. Like
Oh,
actually.
for sure. I almost cried when we were watching this.
I'm
Oh,
thinking
that's the one thing that they missed is we both cried yesterday.
okay, that's true. We did cry again. I'm
But
like
I held back today. I'm close.
yeah, I'm close too. My eyes are starting to get red, you can tell.
Yep.
Cuz I started thinking about like debut versus now.
For me, and I shouldn't say this before we watch it another time, but for me, the reason why I get emotional every time I watch a live stage is because I'm imagining myself there.
Oh my god.
And I cry at every concert that I go to. So it tracks. I've been to so many concerts at this point that I can just like pretend that I'm in the audience.
See, that's
And
crazy cuz
it gets really overwhelming for me.
I've only cried at one concert.
Oh, I cry at every single concert. And I don't think it's not because I'm like sad or even like overwhelmingly happy. I think it's just that I have a lot of emotion in general and it has nowhere to go.
Yeah, I think we talked about
So
this
like
the last time that we cried. We both cried during a video. I was like, the only way that I can regulate my emotions is by crying. It doesn't matter what the emotion is. And you were like, yeah, same.
yeah, same. So yeah, it's just like it's a concert thing for me. It's like I just get so overwhelmed and usually am so happy to be like in the moment that I just can't help but cry a little or a lot depending on the show.
Well, real. Yeah. Oh my
But
god.
yeah.
I'm thinking about the Be First World Tour. We're gonna be a mess.
Don't 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 cut the cameras. Cut the cameras. I can't do this.
Okay.
Cuz now I'm not going to be able to watch another Be First live stage ever again.
Well, that's too damn bad because we have some slated.
Okay, real. This is our job now.
Oh, before we do another listen through, because I will forget if we wait until the end of the video. If you are here from MUZE Twitter, let us know.
Yes.
Let us know, please. We saw
somebody
that
tweeted about us.
Yeah, we saw that somebody tweeted about us on MUZE Twitter. One of our mutual friends from the international Unity server that we're in, like tagged us and was like, "Hey, like they found you on Twitter," and we were like,
and I was like, "Uh-oh."
I was like, "No fucking
Wait,
way."
what? A little old us?
Just us? But the
it was
message
very exciting.
Yeah, it was very exciting, and the message that they had attached was really sweet. They essentially just said like, we're excited to talk about Mazel, every time that we do a Mazel video, and that they hope that Muse will come by our videos and give us a shot. So thank you for doing that. That you didn't have
Mm-hmm.
to. That was really sweet. Um, and if you found us from that tweet, let us know because we'd like
Yeah.
to know.
Leave a comment.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be sick. I would love to know.
Yeah, me and Sid like actually freaked out for the whole day.
Well, yes.
Holy shit. Again
They're so cool.
or
Hell yeah, why not?
okay. So you wanted to say something about Aki. I also want to say something about him, but you go first.
Oh, it's just that Aki has so many lines on this song, and I'm so happy about it. Like sometimes like obviously not every line distribution is going to be exactly equal, but like I find that more often than not he has maybe a little less lines than some of the other members, and I don't know, I just love hearing him. I think he sounds so good on this song, his singing and his rapping.
Yeah, he does. I was gonna say about him and Hayato is that they are super consistent with the song, at least. I mean,
Mhm.
Hayato, we've talked about his consistency before between like how he sounds on a studio track versus how he sounds live. So
Mhm.
we've been new, but Aki also has a really good consistency with his voice, like
Yeah.
studio versus live, and he really got to showcase it for this. So that's really cool.
Oh yeah, cuz he's constantly back there just doing ad libs. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"Okay, sing it." And they sound exactly like they sound on the track.
Yep. Um, and then the lighting. We wanted to talk about the lighting.
Oh, it's
It's
so
so good.
good. When they cut all those lights out and then all you see is the like yellowy orange spotlights, and then it's like the whole color story of the stage changes from being purple like almost the whole time to
Purple
like these
blue.
multicolored lights to all cut to black and it's orange.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
there's
like.
some green in there
Yeah, I
actually
liked
too.
the purple and green color story that they
Mhm.
had. Yeah, there's quite a bit of green in there, but for the most part, it's like purpley blue, like a violet kind of color. And
Yeah.
then and then there's some. Is this a part? No, right? No, that was the
I
part.
don't know.
Oh
Yeah, I
no, no,
think
no,
it
no, no.
oh, there's two
This,
there's two
yeah,
parts where
there's
it
this.
happens.
Yeah, right here. I remember the Naoya one because like we
Yeah.
have the craziness with the lights, and then Naoya comes on with his craziness.
Yeah, and that part in general, part of the song and part of the choreography and
Hmm.
the way Naoya pulls it off is just so good.
Yeah, like this right here, like he is locked in.
Yeah.
Bro is locked in. Um, Oh, and then like just like a really cute moment was the little handshake that happens
Yeah,
right
that
here. Like
little
look at
handshake. Look at
his
Aki's
face.
face. They're so
They're like
cute.
smiling at each other, and then I'm not gonna play it because it's gonna be really loud and we're talking. But and then turns back to the crowd and he's got the
His serious face on.
he's like, I'm rapping now.
Yeah. Actually, this is my part now.
Oh,
They're
and
so
then
cute.
Ron's vocals throughout the whole song are just, what
But
do you
especially
mean?
that one line where he like I don't know, he gets into like really deep into his chest voice and
Yeah,
I
like
was
right
like where
here,
did that come from?
like right here towards the beginning.
Yeah. Wow. He looks fantastic.
Oh, and then we wanted to talk about Ron and Takuto jumping.
Oh yeah, their little jump at the end. Takuto especially, they're both in like Takuto's in the front of the formation and Rana's like on the one side, and I guess I'm doing the wrong hands, but it doesn't matter. And Takuto like jumps all the way to his position so that him and Ron are both framing Sato, and it's just like a perfect jump. Like he gets into the perfect spot, and I'm like, oh, how many times have you practiced that?
Too many. Yeah, it's
Must
it's
be.
this is right after they do the jump
Hmm.
because this is the moment. Um,
Yeah.
they were both like side by side right here in front of Sato, and then they did the jump, and Mr. Longlegs over here didn't really have to jump, but Takuto
Takuto had really
left.
had he jumped. Mr. Longlegs is crazy.
Well,
I
he's
don't think you're
tall.
wrong. Yeah, comparatively.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Oh, they're so cool.
this is such a good song.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure I talked about it plenty enough already, but Kaidyu.
Yeah, he's always sounds great live. I like the little extra flourishes they all add on their lines.
Yes.
Ron in his first line, especially, and Naoya too in his first line, but also Kairyu in his first line. Like he bends the pitch up at the end of every single end
Yes.
of the phrase, and it just works.
Yeah, and then with Ron, he had like a squeaky note, like kind of
Yeah, that and I
and that was
love when rappers
so
do that.
yeah.
I love it.
And then Sato, at the very end, the very last, because he gets the last word on this song, it's just like full growl.
Yep. He's just yelling at that
Yeah.
point. It's like, okay, calm down.
And he's like, I won't actually. This is my stage.
I won't. Actually, this is my song. I sing the whole chorus every single time.
Uh, is there anyone we didn't talk about? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think we probably could talk about Dookie more because we did talk about him a lot yesterday, but he's just.
We talked about him so much yesterday, but he's just so good. Like, everything that he does in this stage is impressive.
Yeah.
His rapping, his dancing, his energy, his facial expressions, his intonation, like he is a star here.
He is. He really
He carries this whole song for me.
I've never had such an issue being like, yeah, this is this person's song, but I can't say that about any of them because they each have a moment where I'm just like, oh my god, you're fucking owning this right now.
I know. I think that's why I love this song so much.
Oh my god. Like even though even that and that's insane too because we talked about how Sato has the chorus and like that's a huge part of the song because he does it multiple times.
Yeah, every single chorus, yeah.
But they made sure to have at least a moment for each member, which I think is really cool.
Everybody shines.
I just love the use of the bar lights. Yeah.
Yep.
Because they've done that for BMSG in general have done that for dance practices where they've had bar lights and I love them.
I'll give you a tiny spoiler. These bar lights are also used in the first.
Of course.
As stage dressing. So like they've been using the bar lights since the very beginning.
Of course. I think I do remember seeing at least one or two when we watched SMS from the
Trill
first.
Minor Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple rounds before that. It's like the only set dressing between the different groups. The different colored bar lights that they use, like the fact that they use them so often, but they're always like in a different color, and then I see them and I remember that I've seen these before.
I feel like it's probably just like an easy way to not have to change too much about the stage, but also like make things look different enough.
I think they're really cool and dynamic. It's better than just having only spotlights.
Yeah, I think that the way that like whoever they work with, I don't know if it's multiple companies or if they're using the same company every time, but whoever's doing like the stage design and the lighting design for them uses lighting so well, so creatively, so artistically. It just adds that much more to like the live stage is already incredible, but like you add in how much like detail, how much like fine tuning that comes with the stage design and the lighting and everything, and it just like elevates it.
I agree. I love the lighting and the stage design for everything that they put out.
Oh my god, I think we've said everything that we needed to say.
Me too.
All right.
We successfully re-recorded the video.
All right. Thank y'all for hanging out with us today. I hope you guys liked the video. Sid also hopes you liked the video. I don't know why I just said I.
Yes.
But
I also hope you liked the video.
But yeah, this was K&K from MAZZEL. We Sid already liked the song a lot, and then we got to learn like a little bit more about it with the layering and stuff while listening to it together, which is really cool. I don't always get to like experience that with Sid because Sid usually does her best to like know as much about each of these songs as she can, so that if I do have any, random ass questions like I did earlier, that she will know the answer. But we got to kind of go on a journey a little bit today about these songs, because like Sid was hearing stuff that she hadn't heard before, and I was picking things out that she hadn't heard before, where she was like, you know what? You're right. That's crazy.
Yeah, you're right, actually. I haven't heard that before.
But yeah, if you liked the video, like the video, please. I beg of you. If you have anything to say to us, you can comment down below. If you wanted to tell us, if you found us, actually, not even just from Twitter, you can tell us how you found our thing. If somebody recommended them, recommended our videos to you, if YouTube was recommending our videos to you, whatever. But yeah, just anything you want us to know, anything you want us to try and work on faster. I think that what's been happening is if we get an influx of comments about a particular song or whatever, that Sid kind of pushes it up because you guys are asking for it more. So if there's something you really want to see that we haven't done yet, just like comment.
Yeah, because I will most likely have had it on the list already, but if I see a lot of people talking about something, like, then I'm gonna want to put that video out sooner rather than wait and do it later, kind of a thing. So
Right.
don't feel like you can't tell us what you want to see, because you can.
Yeah.
And we'll do our
all
best
ears.
to accommodate.
We're gonna try and get through all of it, because they're all amazing. It's all so good. But yeah, anytime that there's like something that you guys think that we should do sooner rather than later, just let us know.
Yep.
And then of course, subscribe to never miss when we post. But we are not your parents. You don't have to do shit. You ain't gotta do fuck
anything. Yep.
But we will be here, and we'll be screaming and crying and laughing and whatever else in between. Mostly crying.
Mostly crying.
But yeah, we will catch you guys in the next one.